Tell me, am I doing alright? I've been thinking about it now, day and night, oh, day and night. Tell me, can you do it? Can you give me new life? I've been thinking about it now, day and night, oh, day and night.
So just make sure to look in the lens. I know it's hard to look at the side view.
Okay.
Make sure to look in the lens.
Okay.
So something that's long overdue is how we manage 10 days on a trip, 4 people, and 3 squares a day.
Yeah.
That's a heck of a lot of food, and the number one person who put all that together, right here, Mom. She orchestrated the entire thing from start to finish, what we were going to eat, all the ingredients, how we prepped it, and everything in between. So kudos to her for putting all that together and keeping us full. But how did you do it? What are some tips and tricks if you were to tell somebody on a long adventure that we're going to try and minimalize as much as possible going out to eat and utilize as much of the food while we're on our trip? What tips and tricks would you give somebody?
Well, first off, you want to prep as much ahead of time as possible, right? So, a lot of things I made at home. I highly recommend getting a vacuum seal machine. Takes up less space in the cooler. Prep the meats. If you're making fajitas, cut them ahead of time, vacuum seal them. Where you can. I know people don't like it, but bring a canned vegetable or canned, because produce will go bad if you're on a long excursion. But make comfort food, right? We're here to have fun, but we still want to feel like we're at home with a home-cooked meal.
That's right.
So we do all kinds of fun things. We do spaghetti, we do fajitas, we do burgers. We did hot dogs on a stick the other day. So, yeah, we just have to mix it up and make it fun.
Yep.
But give everybody some comfort.
There it is.
Yep.
There you go, guys. Before long, we'll have a cookbook in the works because she does have some amazing recipes. But there you go. Keep it simple, keep it easy, but have fun. Topped off with a delicious breakfast and cup full of coffee, we set out for adventure to find some new roads off the beaten path. Not too far from camp, we came across one that had no distinctive markings, but was called River Road. This road still lied within the national park boundaries, but being that it was unpaved and unoccupied, our curiosity led us to see where it went. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our second to final day on our trip. We woke up to the sound of rain yet again this morning, but it's okay because we have the sun out. They were forecasting 90% chance of scattered showers today, and it's surprisingly cleared up, and I'm looking at blue sky and sun. Whether that holds out for the entire day, we don't know, but we decided to check out a kind of a, I don't know if really what you would call it, maybe a service road, but it's inside the national park here in the Grand Teton, and it's called the River Road, and basically it spans on the other side of one of the major highways where you see obviously the Teton Mountains and everything, but this actually kind of spans along one of the rivers that run through the park. So it's recommended really for four-wheel drive or high clearance vehicles, so we're pretty much set to go. But so far there's really no one else out here on the trail, and I think with the forecast of rain that a lot of people aren't really out here. So in any measure, we're gonna check this out, see where it goes, and have some fun while we have the sun. But even still, the views behind us, look at that, it's pretty killer. So let's see where this road goes and have some fun.
Everybody's gonna lose their minds when they see what you're gonna do. Play it back like a million times because they know that you're the absolute, the original. Moonwalker, heartstopper, yeah, the original. Black leather, forever. Oh, the original. The original. The original.
Well, not even a couple miles into it, and we ran into a road closed sign. That kind of unfortunate. I don't know why it would be closed. Maybe it's washed out by the river up ahead and we just don't know it, but needless to say, that would have been a really fun trail to do, and that really kind of stinks that that's closed. But oh well, we will see what else we can do for the rest of the day. But even still, we do have some solitude out here and really nice views. So supposedly there's a vantage point of the river over here, so let's see if we can trek on foot and check it out. Just along the western bank of the Snake River laid a historical landmark known as the Bar BC Ranch. This establishment opened back in 1912 by Chptrs Bert and Dr. Horace Carncross, whom labeled this ranch as a dude ranch. Now you might be asking yourself, what is a dude ranch? Well, to put it simply, it is ranching modified to care for dudes, of which was a classification for visitors willing to pay handsomely for a quaint cowboy experience. Think of it as well-to-do travelers looking to experience a more simpler way of life, temporarily of course. Unlike traditional dude ranches, the Bar BC entertained well-heeled clientele with costume parties, performances of original plays, and literary discussions, just to name a few. As we toured through the remains of the once happening place, we saw remnants of original buildings, cattle enclosures, and even restoration work to keep this historical site open for many future visitors. So that was pretty cool checking that area out. Being that the day is still young, I think we're going to try the trail maybe from the north end, see how far we can get, and then go from there. But the rain clouds are unfortunately moving back in, as you can kind of see back over there. So it's probably good that we get back in the vehicles, but cool experience nonetheless. So guys, just as we expected, we went in the river road from the north end, and there's actually a long road that goes in almost to the river, which I don't think is a part of the official trail, but you can actually drive all the way to it. It kind of does dead end, and then you can hike to the river from there. It is kind of a muddy, mucky mess since it's been raining, so we opted to hold off on that for the time being. But it's still, nonetheless, it's a great drive. It's a lot of fun. It's pretty secluded and remote. So if you guys ever venture out to the Grand Tetons, this might be a trail to come explore and check out. It is only open, though, in the summertime. So kind of plan your trip accordingly. But if they did have it open in the winter, this would be a blast, especially if you had some snowmobiles. But that's for another conversation. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and keep pushing on, going back now, and then we'll kind of see where the road takes us from there.
With the rain coming down in heavy bands, it was kind of nice to have a day dedicated to explore by vehicle. We were able to check out a side of the park not seen by many. And if you ask me, the Teton Range had a much more unique appeal to them with the surrounding clouds. With another successful day in the books, we gathered around the fire to celebrate our trip, as this was the final night of our stay. Tomorrow would bring an early morning start to a 14-hour drive back home to Seattle, Washington. As we reflected back on this 10-day adventure, we seeked out through discussion not only our successes of what went well, but also what we could improve on in the future. What we could do to take our trips to the next level, to refine our gear, to enhance our workflows, and to become our better selves. If I could only share one single piece of advice to anyone seeking adventure, I would share with them to take that first step. That first step towards exploring beyond your comfort zone. We all have a passion, we all have an inner drive. It doesn't have to be outdoor involved, but whatever your motivation is, I challenge you to take that first step. Life is far too short to experience it from the sidelines. So get out there and do what makes you happy. Until next time, safe travels.